Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. Here I've got a very special Porsche 911 Carrera 4S 901 Gen 1 PDK. It's a 2013 model year car, registered on the 22nd or 23rd of December 2012. It was supplied by Porsche Reading originally. It's finished in triple black, so it's got Basalt Black Metallic paintwork, black Alcantara roof lining and extended black leather inside. It's fitted with the lovely panoramic glass tilt and slide sunroof. So it has piano black plastic there, and then the glass section there which moves out, and I'll show you that in a bit. It's actually just started raining, which isn't ideal, but there you go. The spec is really lovely on this car. Seems to be spec'd up really well from the factory, either as a by Porsche Reading or by a very sort of connoisseur owner. Some really nice features on it. So first of all, it has the rear wiper. It's quite easy to delete that if you think it ruins the looks. It is the Porsche 911 was one of the first mass-produced cars to have a rear wiper, so there is a historical link on why you find rear wipers on these cars. It has the black edition PDLS Porsche Dynamic Lighting System headlights, so this bezel here rotates. It's a Bi-Xenon system, and all of the plastics in there are black to sort of go with the rest of the car. It has the Sport Design, so GTS front bumper. The only way it differs from a GTS in the front department is this lower splitter is a different design. That plastic bit there is different on the GTS, but all of that bit is exactly the same, and that was from the factory as well. That hasn't been retrofitted. It has the optional 20-inch Carrera Classic Mark II wheels, which are diamond cut with a satin platinum interior on them. And then also, you may think it's got carbon ceramics because it's got yellow calipers, because that's what normally signals a carbon ceramic spec car from the factory at Porsche. But this car was spec'd from the factory with yellow brake calipers, which make it look like it's got carbon ceramic brakes, but it has the benefits of having the more road usable steel brakes, which have got loads of life left in them as well. There's Pirelli P0 high performance tyres fitted all around in there, obviously N rated with lots of tread left. There's the yellow calipers at the back, so they were fitted from the factory. Really nice option on these. Then I've never seen this option before, but it's got gloss black trim from the factory as well around the windows. Has a privacy glass at the rear, which is also from the factory, so that's that section there, the rear window there. Has the sports exhaust system with the sports stainless steel tailpipes, so I'll show you the button inside. And obviously, being a 4S, it's the all-wheel drive 3.8 flat 6 with the LED light there, which sets it apart from the two-wheel drive cars. It's 4.4 centimeters wider than a 2S or a Carrera 2. All the four-wheel drive ones have this wider rear section. LED tail lights as well. Then on the inside, it's got the extended black leather, has carbon interior package, so it's all across the dash and the doors, and then it's separately spec'd with the brushed aluminium centre to sort of match with the buttons. It has all the performance buttons that this car can have from the factory. So Sport Plus, because it's got the Sport Chrono Package Plus. It's got PADM, which is a Porsche Active Drivetrain Mounts as well. So the mounts with the gearbox to the chassis stiffen and soften depending on what setting you've got on to, so you feel the gear change more or less. It's got the switchable sports suspension, so the car sits 10mm lower than a car without that, and it's instantly switchable to make the ride stiffer or softer. As I said, it's got the switchable sports exhaust, which is that button there. And then it has the Sport Design steering wheel, which is the best steering wheel with the optional PDK system. So that's a 7-speed semi-automatic gearbox, which you can use in full manual, full auto, or a combination of the two. Really great gearbox. And it's also got the optional carbon fibre selector from the factory as well. It's got 2-zone climate control. It's got heated seats, which work when obviously the car's on. I haven't got it turned on. And the seats are the Sport Seats Plus, so they're a 4-way electric with the extended bolsters on the bottom and on the sides, and it has the grey plastic backs as well. Silver seat belts was another option this car was spec with. So I mean, the option list is absolutely huge. Stainless steel door entry guards. I'll just get in. Electric folding mirrors, so they fold when you lock the car, like that. There we go. And they've got welcome LEDs underneath, so they light up the area around the sides of the cars when you unlock the car. And the other's cruise control, so it's got the optional cruise control as well from the factory. The other option is you don't need a key to start this car, and you don't need to press the button on the key to get in the car, because it's got what's called Porsche keyless drive. So that means it's got a fob that's built into the car. So you literally just have, as long as you've got the key in your pocket, you can basically pull the handle, it will unlock the door, and then you can just start the car as long as the key is in the car. So I've never had that on one of these Porsches, so it's a new system to me. It's a bit like Mercedes Keyless Go or a BMW system, and it works really, really well. You can just leave the key in your pocket. It does have a tracker as well, so there's a tracker fob there, which was obviously factory fitted as well. In terms of what's optional on here, you've got the Bluetooth phone prep, the 10 gigabyte jukebox as well, so you can put your MP3s on the through a USB. You load them through the USB port there, and you can do a wired connection there. And then you have the BOSE system as well, which in this car is, just look it up. BOSE system is a 12 speaker system with 445 watts. Obviously has this extended satnav module which works all across Europe. There's a Sport Chrono Package Plus clock, and it also has white dials. So yeah, really, really nicely spec car. There's the pano roof. I'm not going to open it because it is actually raining now. The car has just been freshly polished, but it will still stay relatively clean. But yeah, it has a full pano roof. With this being an R11, it has extended leather, which is stitched all across the dashboard, the doors, the seats, the rear seats as well. The rear seats fold as well. You just do that. So they fold down, so you can use them for luggage. And it has the front boot as well, which I'll show you in a different car now, just so you can see it, but it's too wet for me to open that now. In total, it's covered 57,303 miles, and it has 3 previous owners from new. Let me just look up when it was registered. It was registered, yeah, 22nd of December 2012. So it's a 2013 model year. It's got the chassis number that corroborates it's a 2013 car. It was last serviced in, I believe, it's a full Porsche main dealer service history car. It was last serviced in June 2021, so the next service is due June 2023, and the system here will confirm that. Let me just have a look, and let's see if yeah, so the oil's all fine. There's no warnings or anything like that. Here's the service interval. So the next major service is due in June 2025, because the one in June 2021 was a major with spark plugs and brake fluid change. The next minor is due next year, June 2023, and 15,000 miles. Next oil change is due in June 2023 as well. This screen you can change what those stats are, but you can also flick through with this stalk here what you see there. So there's the all-wheel drive system. It will show you how much power, how much torque it's sending to the front wheels. With it being an all-wheel drive, it will send between 5 and 40% of torque to the front wheels. It's got 400 horsepower. It will do 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. And this very clever four-wheel drive system will make it very, very safe and predictable. The two-wheel drives are absolutely fine as well, but the four-wheel drive has just got that extra level of security. If it gets really slippy, say in like the middle of winter and the roads are really cold or really wet, you just feel that little bit more secure in a four-wheel drive one. Because it's got Sport Chrono Package Plus, it's got the Stopwatch system there, and it's also got the G-force meter as well. So that is all those bits. Obviously when you put it in the different modes, it shows up on the steering wheel. It does actually have launch control here as well. I've never done that in one of these cars, but it is supposed to sort of deliver that full 0 to 60 in sort of under 4 seconds, 3.8, 3.9, with that enabled. the file is all produced as I do with all my cars. So I mean, the options list is huge. I've never had one go over 2 pages. All the different options. It's got 11. I think it's got 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11 X codes, which are factory exclusive options, and that includes things like the front bumper being the GTS Sport Design Aerokit one, the black headlights, the white dials, the carbon fibre interior trim, the carbon fibre gear selector, the sports tailpipes, privacy glass, silver seat belts, carbon fibre interior on the doors, stainless steel door entry guards, brushed aluminium centre console, and then yeah, Sport Chrono, PADM, sports exhaust. It has Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus, which makes it more dynamic on its rear diff. It's got an electronic diff which works very, very intuitively to make this car handle really, really well through the corners. Electric folding mirrors. It's got the rain sensor as well. It's got LEDs there, which are another option, believe it or not. What else? Seat heating, rear wiper, cruise control, PASM. You can look at all of this on my website. There's a PDF to download with the advert, and then there's the full list there as well. And then there is the overrev. So I plug this into the Porsche main dealer diagnostic system, which I've got. It's only got range 1 and 2 overrevs, which is as you'd expect, because basically range 1 and 2 are just touching the red line. Anything above is normally 0 in a PDK car, because it sort of protects the engine from over revving. But this car is a very low range 1 actually. You normally see that in the thousands, so it's nice to see that at just 225. And the last time it was at the red line or around the red line was at 37,000 miles. So it's done another 20,000 miles since, with very little sort of fast driving, I'd say. Engine hours all check out. This is probably mostly a town car, because the average is 24 miles an hour. 30 is for sort of like a mixed town and motorway. If it's a pure motorway car, you'd expect it to be around 35. 24 is sort of like it's been driven a lot at sort of town speeds. And then the rest of the data on this car is corroborated as well. So it's all as it should be, and it's a very, very nice car. If you're interested in the car, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.